Hello, and welcome to our Storytime Corner. Today, we're diving into a tale as old as time, a story of magic, adventure, and a diamond in the rough. Get cozy, because we're about to journey to a faraway land, to the vibrant and bustling city of Agrabah. Our story begins with a young man named Aladdin. He wasn't a prince or a wealthy merchant. In fact, he was quite poor, living with his loving mother in a humble little house tucked away in the city's winding streets. Life was simple and often a struggle, but Aladdin had a good heart and a spirit full of dreams. Little did he know, his ordinary life was about to become anything but. One sunny afternoon, as Aladdin was wandering through the marketplace, a mysterious stranger approached him. The man was dressed in fine robes, his eyes gleaming with a strange intensity. "Young man," he said with a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes, "I have been searching for you. I am your long-lost uncle." Aladdin was stunned. He had never known his father's family. The man continued, his voice a smooth whisper. "Come with me, my boy, and I will show you riches beyond your wildest imagination. Your days of poverty are over." Though a bit hesitant, the promise of a better life for him and his mother was too tempting to resist. Aladdin agreed to go with the man, who was, in reality, a wicked and powerful magician. The magician led Aladdin far from the city, deep into the lonely desert, until they reached a hidden spot among the dunes. With a flick of his wrist and a few muttered words, the ground trembled and a dark opening appeared in the Sander's secret cave. "This," the magician declared, "is the Cave of Wonders, filled with unimaginable treasure. But I don't want the gold or the jewels." He pointed a long, bony finger into the darkness. "All I desire is a simple, old oil lamp you will find deep inside. Go in, fetch me that lamp, and you can have anything else you desire." Aladdin, though a little frightened by the gloomy entrance, trusted his uncle. He squeezed through the opening and descended into the cave. Inside, his eyes widened in amazement. The cave was a dazzling spectacle of gold coins piled high as hills, glittering jewels of every color, and precious artifacts that shone in the faint light. He walked through gardens of jeweled trees, his pockets already heavy with gems he couldn't resist. Finally, in the very heart of the cave, sitting on a pedestal, was the object of his quest, a dusty, unremarkable old lamp. It looked worthless compared to everything else around it. He picked it up and made his way back to the entrance, his arms full of treasure. "Uncle," he called out, "I have the lamp. Help me out." The magician, seeing the lamp in Aladdin's hand, grew impatient. "Give me the lamp first," he demanded. Aladdin, feeling a sense of unease, replied, "Not until you pull me out of here." The magician's friendly mask dropped, revealing his cruel nature. Furious at being defied, he shouted a magic word. The entrance to the cave slammed shut with a deafening boom, plunging Aladdin into complete darkness, trapping him deep within the earth. Aladdin was terrified. He was alone, buried alive in a cave of silent treasure. Days seemed to pass in the pitch black, desperate and hopeless. He sat fiddling with the old lamp he still clutched in his hands, as he absent-mindedly rubbed the dusty surface to clean it. A plume of thick-colored smoke suddenly erupted from the spout. The smoke swirled and grew, solidifying into a magnificent, towering figure. "Who has summoned me?" The figure boomed, his voice echoing through the cavern. "I am the genie of the lamp. Your wish is my command." Aladdin stared in disbelief. A real genie, shaking with a mix of fear and excitement, he stammered his first wish. I wish to go home." In the blink of an eye, the cave, the treasure, and the darkness vanished. Aladdin found himself standing right back in his small house, safe and sound, with his bewildered mother. He explained the incredible adventure, and to prove it, he showed her the old lamp. With the genie's help, their lives were transformed. They were no longer poor. The genie provided them with delicious food, beautiful clothes, and enough wealth to live comfortably. Aladdin, now a handsome and respected young man, used his newfound fortune not just for himself, but to help the people of his city. Soon he built a breathtaking palace, a marvel of architecture that shimmered under the sun. His kindness and charm won the heart of the Sultan's daughter, the beautiful Princess Jasmine, and they were soon married in a grand celebration. For a time, everything was perfect, but evil does not rest so easily. The wicked magician had not forgotten about the lamp. He learned of Aladdin's incredible fortune and realized the boy must have escaped the cave and discovered the lamp's secret. Disguising himself as a humble merchant, he returned to the city, walking the streets beneath the palace walls and calling out, "New lamps for old! New lamps for old!" The princess, hearing the call from her window, saw the dusty old lamp sitting on a shelf. Thinking it was just a worthless trinket, and wanting to do something nice for the kind merchant, she traded it for a shiny new one. The magician could barely contain his glee. As soon as he had the lamp, he rubbed it furiously. The mighty genie appeared, now bound to a new master. "Move this palace, and everyone in it, to the farthest corner of the world." The magician commanded. Instantly, the magnificent palace vanished from the city, leaving behind an empty plot of land and a heartbroken sultan. When Aladdin returned from a royal procession, he found his home, his wife, and his entire world gone. He was devastated, but he didn't give up hope. He remembered another gift from his adventure in the Kiva's simple ring the magician had given him for protection, which he had completely forgotten about. In his grief, he twisted the ring on his finger. To his surprise, a smaller, less powerful genie appeared. "I am the genie of the ring," it said. "How may I serve you?" Aladdin asked the genie of the ring to take him to his palace. The smaller genie, unable to undo the powerful magic of the lamp's genie, could at least transport Aladdin to where the palace now stood. Aladdin found his palace in a desolate wasteland, with the magician celebrating his victory. He secretly met with the princess, and together they devised a clever plan. That evening, the princess pretended to be charmed by the magician, inviting him to a private dinner. She treated him with great honor and, as part of their plan, gave him a drink containing a powerful sleeping potion. The moment the magician fell into a deep slumber, Aladdin rushed in, grabbed the magic lamp, and rubbed it. The great genie appeared, overjoyed to see his true master. "Genie," Aladdin said with a smile, "my final wish is for you. I wish for you to be free." With a burst of cosmic energy, the shackles on the genie's wrists shattered. He was no longer a servant, but a free, all-powerful being. In gratitude, he sent the sleeping magician far away where he could never cause harm again, and returned the palace to its rightful place in Agrabah. Aladdin and the princess were reunited, and the entire city celebrated their return. And from that day forward, they, along with their dear friend, the genie, lived happily ever after. And that's the tale of Aladdin, a story that teaches us that true wealth isn't found in a cave of treasure, but in courage, kindness, and love. Thanks so much for joining me for this magical adventure. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more wonderful stories. See you next time.